This season, Fernando Alonso has experienced a noteworthy revival, achieving podium finishes multiple times for his team, Aston Martin. This resurgence is particularly remarkable, given that he'd only managed to secure a spot on the podium once since the year 2014. What then fuels and motivates Fernando Alonso to continue pushing for results, especially considering he's the oldest driver on the current Formula One grid? Let's find out. Aston Martin's 2023 pre-season testing phase hinted at positive prospects, although only a few could have foreseen podium finishes for the Silverstone-based team. Despite this initial skepticism, Alonso achieved a remarkable feat by achieving his 100th career podium finish at the season's second race. Astonishingly, he managed to add 5 more top 3 finishes in the following 7 races. Impressively, he had scored points in every Grand Prix of the season so far, an achievement shared only by Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. However, despite this remarkable progress, there is one missing piece in Fernando Alonso's season: his long-awaited 33rd victory. This victory nearly materialized in Monaco, a race where he was in close contention for the win. Unfortunately, his opportunity to return to the top of the podium slipped away due to a miscalculated pit stop call during changeable weather conditions. Fernando Alonso's Formula One career has been characterized by both highs and lows, showcasing a significant transformation over time. His Formula One journey began when he made his debut at the 2001 Australian Grand Prix, racing for the Minardi F1 team. This marked the start of an incredible journey. By 2002, Alonso had become a test driver for the Mild 7 Renault F1 team. The next year, he secured a seat with them, and his career continued to soar. With the strong R23 car and Michelin tires, he earned his first pole position and podium finishes. Alonso's victory in Hungary was a significant moment, marking his inaugural Grand Prix win and the beginning of an exceptional career. He became the youngest world champion in Formula One history when he clinched consecutive titles with Renault in 2005 and 2006. However, since then, he's been unable to secure additional championship victories. His move to McLaren in 2007 seemed logical on paper, as it placed him in what was arguably the fastest car on the grid. However, the unforeseen emergence of his rookie teammate Lewis Hamilton led to tumultuous conflicts within the team. Subsequently, during his tenure at Ferrari from 2010 to 2014, Alonso found himself narrowly missing out on the championship on multiple occasions, often finishing as the runner-up behind Sebastian Vettel. Perhaps the most criticized move in Alonso's career was his return to McLaren in 2015. Unfortunately, this period coincided with the team's struggle at the back of the grid due to issues with the Honda engine, leading to 3 challenging seasons for Alonso. In 2018, after dedicating 17 seasons of his life to Formula One, Fernando Alonso decided he had had enough. Despite having 2 world titles and 32 Grand Prix victories under his belt, he walked away from the sport feeling unfulfilled. It had been 12 years since he last won a championship and 5 years since he celebrated a race victory. Reflecting on that period, Alonso stated, "When I finished, it was on a low, and I didn't want that because my performance, my competitiveness, was as high as ever back then. But people didn't see it. Now I'm proving I'm still fast at whatever age." That's part of the comeback story. Winning the 33rd Grand Prix or fighting for a championship would add even more drama to the story. During the 2 years he stepped away from Formula One, 2019 and 2020, Alonso continued to race in other motorsports events and rediscovered the thrill of winning. He became the World Endurance Champion with Toyota, clinched victory in the 24 Hours of Daytona, and triumphed twice in one of the most prestigious races globally, the 24 Hours of Le Mans. In 2021, Fernando Alonso staged a remarkable comeback by rejoining the Alpine F1 team, formerly known as Renault. Even in the face of challenges within the midfield competition, his unwavering passion and determination were evident, injecting a renewed sense of excitement into the sport. However, his trajectory took a significant turn when the then Aston Martin driver Sebastian Vettel, a 4-time champion, announced his retirement midway through the previous year. Given his friendship with Lance Stroll, the owner of the Aston Martin team, Alonso quickly agreed to join the team. Lance Stroll, in an interview, expressed his determination to secure Alonso for several reasons. He highlighted Alonso's status as one of the greatest drivers in Formula 1 history and emphasized that Alonso's motivation had never been higher. The decision to bring Alonso on board was influenced by a friendship that originated when Alonso met Stroll and his son Lance at a go-karting event in Canada back in 2011. Lance Stroll, who was a part of the Ferrari Driver Academy at the time, is now Alonso's teammate at Aston Martin. Despite being the oldest driver still on the F1 grid of Formula 1, Alonso insists that he doesn't feel much different compared to his earlier years when he was winning championships nearly 2 decades ago. He emphasizes that the change is more psychological, tied to motivation and his approach to race weekends. He recently stated, "I think people already saw that it's not a big change when you're 41 or when you're 25. It's more in your head, in the motivation, how you approach the weekends. For example, the teams are now betting more on experience, like Daniel Ricciardo at AlphaTauri and things like that. So it's not about youth, it's just about going fast." Alonso is really hoping for the day when he can finally win his 33rd race. He's not just aiming for any win, but he wants to win another championship. This would be a huge deal because it's been a long time since he won his last championship. He thinks that it would be really special to show that he could still be a champion even after so many years. Alonso also wants to be remembered for something important in the sport. He wants people to see that he loves racing so much that he kept going for a long time and still did really well. He believes that this would prove a point he wanted to make when he decided to come back to Formula 1. These factors have kept the Spanish driver motivated and continuously pushing forward. The owner of his team, Lance Stroll, isn't surprised that Alonso is still motivated even though he's in his 40s. Stroll compares Formula 1 drivers to gladiators, tough and strong. He thinks Alonso's determination and how fit he is are amazing. Alonso's energy and motivation inspire the whole team. Alonso is like a big motivator who keeps everyone's spirits high and pushes them to aim for victory. Beyond winning races and championships, Alonso has another dream. He wants to have a family. He's been married before but doesn't have kids. He says that having a family is the biggest thing he wants in life. He hasn't been able to do that yet because his racing career has been so busy. But when he's done with racing, he believes that's where he'll find his happiness. As this season has progressed, Aston Martin has struggled to keep pace with the development progress achieved by competitors like McLaren and Mercedes. Despite these recent difficulties, Fernando Alonso remains committed to the task of transitioning Aston Martin into a top-flight team and is eager to face the challenges that lie ahead. When asked about his future with Aston Martin, Alonso expressed a focus on the present and immediate future, emphasizing the goal of continuous growth for the team. He stated, "Not thinking too much into the future, the target is to keep growing as a team. We are finding some obstacles right now. We are dealing with some extra performance from our opponents, our lack of performance in certain circuits, and these kinds of things, which I find very interesting and very useful for us as a team to grow up." Fernando Alonso's path in Formula 1 is a narrative of victories, hurdles, and an unyielding love for racing. Beginning his journey from modest origins in karting, he has ascended to the status of a 2-time world champion. Alonso's persistent commitment to the sport stands as a motivating force for racing fans across different generations. It's like witnessing a racing demigod showcase his unparalleled skills. What are your thoughts on Fernando Alonso's impact on Aston Martin? Will Alonso get to win his 3rd F1 title before retiring? Share your opinions in the comment section below. That'll be all for today's video. Thanks for staying tuned. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you can always get to watch more amazing videos like this. See you in the next video.